Hello. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Amy.
How are you this morning?
I'm feeling okay. Quite an adventure.
But MZ doesn't feel good
All
at
right.
all.
Okay. Well, any reason for that, or is it just? I hope he's okay.
Back pain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Very bad.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Okay. Well, anything I can do to help out, please let me know.
Yeah, so we had to host the show. You can help me, can you?
I certainly will.
Sure.
We can
That's
go.
Great.
So, how would we like to start the show here with
How about Dave Michael?
Dave Michaels? Where is Dave? I haven't seen Dave yet today, so I'm hoping he will come in shortly. So, if he's not there...
Good morning, a brighter day is here. Good morning, may we bring you cheer.
We've got time, we've got tunes, we've got time, tunes, and temperature.
Get up and go, it's today you know on KSCO Radio.
Good morning. Welcome to Saturday special. There's no host, cocktail bar, and no subject. I don't know. We can talk everything. I think I just talk radio, free talk.
Okay, and we will bring...
Good morning, now stay right here on KSCO Radio.
And Dave's going to be in shortly. He's helping someone in the Dave Cave, but he will be with us in a minute. Please, excuse me, let me get the phone lines. They're already lighting up, and we may have people who want to come in.
Okay. Yeah, phone line is up. So I think we should take maybe somebody going to volunteer themselves as a host or at least a guest caller. And that's great. Okay, Dave's here.
Good morning, guys. Holy cow, was I in the wrong room? Holy moly, I was in the Dave Cave handing out fantastic... Oh, are you the host today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amy. I was out in the Dave Cave dealing with the customer.
Ghost host.
We have a deal going on right now. Buy your Tangy Tangerine at regular price. Everything else is 30% off. Now, the amazing thing is that we still have in stock the OsteoFX Tangy Tangerine 2.5, which has been really popular, but we still have a good supply of that left. Arthrodex for your pets, because we don't want to forget our pets and trying to keep them healthy. I did run out of the Ultimate Daily Classic, which has become a huge seller. I can't believe it. This must be the time that everybody is concerned about blood pressure. The Ultimate Daily Classic is for blood pressure. It has become very hard to keep on the shelves, and we just sold the last one.
That's great.
Yeah, but that's why you got to get out there.
Everybody need it because lots of stress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blood pressure is a big problem right now, and people want to deal with it. The best way to do it is with the Ultimate Daily Classic. We don't have any in stock, but you can always go to kscohealth.com and order some there. But in the meantime, stop by the Dave Cave, see what we do have, and then make your list and go shopping on kscohealth.com. But always stop by the Dave Cave first. That's the way to do it. And I'll be out there until 2 p.m. today, every Saturday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. If you want to call the Dave Cave, don't call the radio station. Call 218-KSCO. That's the number you call in the Dave Cave. 218-KSCO, because if you call the radio station, it's going to get lost in a whole bunch of phone calls and nobody will know which one should go to me. So if you want to get a hold of me in the Dave Cave, 218-KSCO, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay?
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Amy. Have a good day.
Now we officially start Saturday Special. So this program is sponsored by two excellent restaurants. Number one, everybody knows Casa Rositas in Portola at 26th Avenue, Live Oak.
And I did get a chance to check out Casa Rosita last week, and it's a great place. The people there, the most important thing about eating at a restaurant is the attitude and the way they treat customers, and they're great. If someone has a good heart, they make good food. And over at Casa Rosita, I had a great little combo plate, and it was delicious. So I highly recommend that anyone who is in the area and hungry, that's the place to go, Casa Rosita.
Can you talk about little details? What
My meal. Yes, I primarily eat a pescatarian diet, which means I'll eat fish and seafood and vegetables. So I had a spinach enchilada. They had choices for me, which was great. And I had that combined with a chili relleno, and that's also vegetarian.
Wow.
And they were both tremendously great. Great service, great people, and I would definitely go back.
Sounds all very good.
And I can't wait to try Ella's.
Yeah, second was Ella's at Watsonville Airport. That one was a long time, I think, as advertiser in KSCO. And we tried the last week again. Was awesome. Just everything so good. Also, most important, and they cook everything, all the food with love.
That's the important thing.
Yeah,
Because
unbelievable.
Yeah. It makes a big difference the way they do their cooking.
Yeah, then also the service.
Yes.
And the host, Sharon, just come out and talk to everybody or every guest, just welcome you, greeting you with her mother, just like coming back to the family. You feel like come home. That kind of atmosphere. Really good restaurants. And food is so good.
Well,
everything they serve, just food made with love.
That is the best.
That's the recipe, I guess.
And if I'm lucky, after I finish my shift today, then I may be stopping at Ella's on the way home for one of their special dinners. So I will have something next week if I'm able to do that tonight.
That's great. So I think we already have a caller.
We do.
Wow.
A
You know
volunteer.
who is that?
Yes, I do. It's
Billy Sunshine.
the one and only.
Wow. You are the only sunshine. Hello?
Billy,
Hello,
are you there?
Billy. Are you there? Where's Sunshine? Hello? Hello?
Just 1 minute. Got to pot him up.
So I think Billy Sunshine is a little bit of crowd right now. Just no, we have to wait a few minutes. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh my. How are you?
Hello. You are the
Hello,
only sunshine. Please talk.
Okay. So, first of all, what's the story with my friend MZ?
Just had a backache. I think it is a back pull the muscle or whatever. But it's very, very
stress.
painful because the nerve there, the muscle,
Yeah.
and not at all, but just injured. But it's a severe.
Well, this is what I was telling him last week. If you're too stressed, your body will attack you. If you keep saying it's killing me, then your body gets the message to start to kill you.
That's so true.
Yeah. Has there
Stress.
been any news from about this whole thing?
What about the medical condition or what?
No, not the medical condition. About the concrete.
Patio?
Yeah, the patio, the party patio.
Oh, I'm not sure
Any
about
change?
that. But I think MZ is still able to talk, right?
Oh, can
Can
you
you
talk?
talk a
Good.
little bit?
I don't feel well at all.
Michael, this is what happens when you get overstressed and you let things get to you too much. It's not good for you. This is what I was telling you about last week. Stop saying to yourself, it's killing me, because your body will kill you. Right?
So, what do you think, MC? Is you realize that? I told you a
Yeah,
long
both
time
of you
ago.
guys are right. There's no question
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that really matters is how you're feeling. Everything else is secondary. That's the first thing. Is you're alive. You got to feel decently, and look. If you want to walk away, you can walk away. If that's what you think is the only thing that's going to work. But obviously, we all want you to continue if it's not going to hurt you. Pretty simple.
Wow. So, MZ, can you talk a little bit? What's the status now on the issue? The patio issue.
Has there been any change? Or are
No,
we still just in the middle of it?
no.
Yeah. What can I do to help? What can I do?
I think there's something called oral communications at the.
So we can call in and tell them to leave you alone?
Not call in. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be accused of like Donald Trump ginning up a riot.
Good idea.
Or anything
Yes,
like
good
that.
idea. Right.
But I believe there's something called oral communications.
And by that,
I don't know. I don't know whether the Board of Supervisors meets every Tuesday in Santa Cruz or every other Tuesday. I don't know. I just don't know these things. But that's easy enough to find out. Oral communications is where any member of the public can get up and address the board, seated in an official meeting about something that they want to know about. And
But
if
specifically,
saving KSCO is important to enough people, maybe the supervisors will get the message. They have not thus far.
But as you tried to make very clear, not in the way that Donald Trump and his supporters do it, which means don't get up there and threaten people and threaten their children like all these jerks are doing around this whole thing. Be polite. No threats. And that other side seems to have trouble doing that.
Well, that's what I think I did with my message that was running all
No,
last
you were
week.
good. You were fine. You were right on. But that's it. Go speak, but keep it clean and keep it polite. No threats. That's all. Yeah.
Well, is it a threat that KSCO will go away?
But
That is a threat. It's a threat.
That's a threat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
but
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
I heard somebody say you shouldn't put it on that message and play again. They're sick and tired of that. So is that true?
Yeah, I think it's probably time.
Some audience, some
It's time for a new
listeners.
MZ. Yeah.
I wanted the largest portion of the KSCO audience to hear that message.
I'm sure they have by now.
Yeah, we're not going to play it anymore. There might be an update message which won't have any which won't have much more to report because there isn't anything more to report.
No, the update message should be just what we discussed today, which is please show up at the meetings and politely let them know that you consider KSCO a valuable community resource and please do anything to help it to continue to exist. That's the message.
Yeah, that's the message. That's what I want to convey to the supervisors and to anybody who will listen. Now, there might be a lot of people out there who don't even know who KSCO is, like newer residents, and they've never had a reason to tune in. But I don't think anybody will disagree with my next statement, and that is it doesn't matter who owned this station. It has been a godsend during times of local emergency. It doesn't matter what people's politics are, even if they don't want to tune into the station,
even if because
it's a conservative station in a liberal town. It's always been there for the people. And I want it to continue, but I ain't going to finance it anymore. Those days are over.
Well, now you said that before.
I know, and no one believes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, why should we believe you this time?
I don't know. Should I have David flick off the transmitter?
That might work.
David, flick off
Go
the
dark.
transmitter. Flick off the
Go dark
transmitter.
for-
I'm
go dark
serious.
for
Go
24
do
hours.
it.
See what happens.
Go do it. This'll be a. You know how to do that, right?
For how long?
I'll just pot
How
you
long is it
down.
off for?
No. The transmitter.
Oh, the transmitter.
Yeah, go turn off the transmitter. This will be a dry run of what's going to come if, unless somebody else comes up and wants to. I'm too old for this.
I hear you.
If go.
I'm
Well-
too old for
do
aggravation.
you not know how to turn off the transmitter?
Not entirely. I've got to get up
Okay,
from the desk.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
answering phones, so.
I'm gonna.
Why?
Dave Michaels
Well,
knows how to turn off the
It
transmitter.
doesn't have to happen this minute,
Well,
but it's not a bad idea. Let them know that on a certain point you're going to turn off the transmitter for a while, and everybody can see what it's like not to have KSCO there for 24 hours.
well, unless
that would be effective.
unless there's an emergency, who cares? I mean, you might care. Rory
would
might
care,
care.
Rory would care.
Shelley might care. And
Colonel
the people,
Terry would
So-
care a whole lot.
yeah. But unless there's an emergency when KSCO and there's no KSCO to tune into, then no one. It's not gonna have any effect at all.
You could say that, but I doubt that all those people who just never, ever move their dial or move their bodies away from their radio, they miss it. And it's half their lives, MZ. You got to understand that to some people, it's not just a radio station. It's their best friend. Think about all those people who say they're never going to they turn off the radio whenever I'm on. We know that's not true.
I got a text from Scott that says, change Billy Sunshine to Billy Blowhard.
Well, that's true. That's fair.
Wow. Anyhow, Amy, it hurts too much to talk. So
Yeah.
you're
So
doing,
you don't
a
wanna
great
talk
job,
about- No. Just I
Michael,
think
do you
lots
want me
of
to-
people wanted to talk, so we just listen, let them talk.
Yeah, do you want me
Yeah.
to go away or do you want me to co-host? What do you want me to do, MZ?
Ask Amy.
Yeah, you can be
Amy.
co-host. Why not?
Okay, whatever you want,
welcome.
darling.
Well,
Just
wait a
say,
minute.
I'm
That
here to
means
help.
So lots of people don't want to talk.
no.
Okay.
No. If how do I say this? Billy, we love you, and you're always there for us to fill up airtime and piss people off.
Exactly.
I don't think at this time, but what did he say wrong? I don't think anything
No,
wrong.
he didn't. He didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Give me time.
Yeah, but if you're going to co-host with Billy, understand that you will say in the next whatever's left, an hour and
But doesn't mean I
35
agree
minutes.
with him everything he said. Doesn't mean I was Billy Sunshine.
I
equal,
understand.
right?
I understand.
If people think that way, I think a little bit too stupid, don't you think?
Yeah.
You say that no stupid people will listen to KSCO. So I think everybody's very intelligent.
Yes.
So you
So all I'm
allow
trying to
different
say,
voice, different
all I'm trying to
opinions.
say, Billy is a great caller and he's a great host too. But do you really want to co-host with someone who, in the next hour and 35 minutes, will allow you to say maybe 2 or 3 words total on the entire
took
show that
over.
you're supposed to exactly?
Okay, so
That's,
yeah.
That's my.
You still the boss. You decided,
But I don't feel well at all.
so you can
That
make a
sucks.
decision. I think
Please feel better,
just let
MZ.
other people
Yeah,
talk.
listen, if my suggestion would be if there's a lack of callers, and you always have things to say about everything. I mean, if we didn't have a single call for the rest of the Saturday special, you would do
You're gonna
just
sing.
fine.
You're
No,
gonna
I
sing.
don't feel well enough to sing. As much as I love, hey, maybe that'll make me
Maybe
feel better.
make you better. Yeah, feeling better when you sing. Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's you're hosting the show, so you decide.
I think lots
you
of people
decide
are
to jettison
still
Billy or not.
Yeah. So people, I wanted to other people to talk about if they. We have a
Okay.
chance. So what's it? Thank you, Billy.
You're welcome, darling.
So what's the next caller? Rory in Watsonville. Hello, Rory.
KSCO, can I get your
Welcome.
first name? Where are you calling from?
Hi. Hi.
Hey,
Good to hear
you
your
got to
voice,
turn
Andy.
your mic off, Dave. Okay, good.
Dave in the cave, Dave?
Not the other Dave.
There's a Dave,
David.
yeah.
David.
David,
He
David.
was screening calls with his mic open and making the radio
good.
show sound like bleep.
So, MZ, good to hear your voice. I'm glad you're alive. I had a bad sciatic pinched nerve. I don't know that's what you got. But anyway, I went to, this is in the mid-2000s, and it was aggravated, and it wasn't going away. It usually would go away in 2-3 days. But I went to a Dr. Ellis in Aptos, and I'll text you the link to his practice. Apparently he's still alive and well. But through his manipulation, he gave me a couple cortisone shots to settle it down over a period of a month or so.
Oh my
And it
God!
took
The
2 or 3
thought of
Couple
it's
of
already
months
been
too
like
long.
12 days. I want relief
Oh, you got it.
now.
Well, listen, go see Dr. Ellis. He'll give you exercises. He'll tell you to get on the BTT, the OsteoFX, take all those minerals and vitamins. Even back then, he knew about longevity. And I was never consistent, just cost, life, raising a family. So I committed. That was 2005 or 6. And then anyway, I just stayed with it. And little by little, it took a while, but it got better. And I've never had bad sciatica. Once in a while, I'll aggravate it. But I highly recommend this guy. He's an osteopath. And I'll text you the link to his website.
Thank you,
And,
Rory.
That's
yeah,
great.
and
Thank
then
you, Rory.
You got that gold mine of minerals and vitamins there. Take them every day. And thank you for letting us have this forum. It's tremendous, and you're to be commended for letting us have an open forum like this. God bless and get better.
Thank you, Rory.
You bet,
Charlie
Amy. Bye-bye.
in Monterey is
No.
next. No.
Oh yeah,
Where?
Monterey. Yeah.
Monterey. Charlie.
Hi, Amy. It's so good to
morning.
hear you on the radio. I'm so glad you're back. Sorry for MZ. I feel and I hear his pain, and it's awful. I did have a question about showing up for these meetings. I'm a member of the public, but not a member of Santa Cruz. Can I still show up?
I don't think they're gonna require an ID.
Okay. And then
I
my
could be
question is-
wrong, but I don't think so.
Okay, and then another question is, so as I remember you saying last Saturday, the problem is you're encroaching within 100 feet of the ocean or the lagoon,
The lagoon.
right?
Yeah, the lagoon.
So aren't there other structures that probably could be pointed out as doing the same thing all around Santa Cruz?
Sure. But I think
So if I
all
said-
of those were like, I don't think you could build the KSCO building now, because there weren't those idiotic rules in effect back then.
But if I took pictures of these buildings all around Santa Cruz that are encroaching,
Well, that's what they'll tell you. That's what they'll tell you. At the time, they were legal. Now they would not be.
well, how come they're not getting what you're getting from them?
Well,
What,
they haven't
all these
done. They
mansions?
haven't done anything new like I did. I poured a patio that I didn't think required a permit, but it did, according to the people at the county. And furthermore, even if I would have gone and applied for a permit, it would not have been granted, according to what they've told me, because it does not. It violates the 100-foot within the, close to the lagoon rule. Okay.
And when you
Even
signed-
though
when
I
you
had a most reputable
Contract.
civil engineering group and a surveyor named Jeff Nielsen from Midcoast Engineering in Watsonville. He did a survey that was required by the county, and he concluded from that survey that we were in compliance, and I considered that end of story. So I did nothing. But
So
the county did not agree with Jeff's findings, and they did not accept it. So
what is the reason?
I don't know what the reason is.
No, you say the high tide or something.
They were saying that's not it's within the high water mark, 100 feet of the high water mark, not the mean high tide. I don't understand. And you know what?
So
I'm too old and tired to go and look at all the codes. That'll take the rest of my life. I'm not interested in doing that and then finding conflicting things. I just want the supervisors of this great county to step up to the plate and say, KSCO it's a federally licensed facility that's done one hell of a great job in its 75 or 77 year existence, or 70, whatever it is, 73
It's a
years.
lifeline.
Yes.
It's a lifeline.
And in view of that, it's no friggin' big deal to allow a patio that has beautiful support. It's a wonderful fire break from the building. It's much better than invasive species like invasive plants like poison oak and blackberries and everything. Yeah, and now they want to. They think it's better for the environment to saw cut and jackhammer out all of that. Not all. They're not. I want to make sure that people understand. They're not saying we have to get rid of all of the patio. They're saying we have to get rid of, I don't know, probably as much square footage as the patio, but walking around the rest of the building.
But then they tricked you into signing that form, which, you know what, they can be considered as abusing the elderly because you obviously were signing it under duress.
Oh, all right.
Also, to be
you
effective.
You were signing under duress. You were signing under duress. You just wanted this to go away. Like this was really stressing you out.
Yeah.
And as an elderly person, as a senior citizen, they were taking full advantage of that and not letting you know and making sure you knew and fully understood what you were signing.
Well, I don't want to be a sniveling,
Why not, MZ?
Blame
Why not?
Because I'm not wired that way, Shelley.
It works for them. It works for them. Why can't it work for us?
I don't know. It'd be interesting if one or two or three people show up for oral communications. And I'm not sure if 1,000 people showed up for. I think the supervisors might be afraid of some other government agency that they might run afoul of. I mean, what a world this has turned into. Do you get that feeling, Amy?
Yeah, but I think that when you sign the stipulation and order, that document to me is not legal because anything stipulation is like during the part of the litigations. And then had to be signed by the judge, had to record in the open court. But that's just from the counting the form. I don't even think it's legal to be effective. And had to be signed by the judge and also recorded in the court.
Yeah.
None of that, right?
Yeah.
It was you signed under duress. And when you think about it, MZ, you know that what I'm saying is true. You signed that under duress. And your radio station is not only iconic, but it is a lifeline for so many different counties, especially now that you have the app. I'm in Long Beach right now, driving. And if I want to know what's going on in and around where I live, all I have to do is pull up the app, the KSCO app, and right there. I can find out what's going on. If there's some kind of an emergency, if certain streets are being evacuated, you're going to report it. And I'll know about my family and what's going on. It's a lifeline.
I won't argue with you. And
So it needs to be fought for. But now it's time for all the listeners of KSCO to stand up and fight for it.
Because it is going to go away. I'm just right teetering at the end, and nobody believes me. Nobody believes me that I'm going to flick it off. Put all these great people out of work. Nobody believes me.
If you
because I've been the boy who cried wolf before, probably many times.
Shirley, I agree with you. But I think you just point out. I think most important is to have a community stand behind you. That's not one person's battle.
Yes.
Yes,
nobody can blame anybody but themselves if they don't stand up for this right now and go to these meetings. And like you said, and I agree with Billy for the first time in my life, that the people need to go there peacefully, and they have to have a strategic and logical argument, like pictures of other buildings around that county that are encroaching on the lagoon. And this is all an attack.
Yeah,
it's a political attack.
The other thing that's been pointed out to me by our own Billy Graff here at KSCO, who's worked with all three owners of the station in the 3 years or whatever, that the entire property should be grandfathered in. In other words, because this is a federally licensed emergency broadcast facility, there's reason enough. Plus the fact that the building was built before these rules existed, therefore any part of the property should be grandfathered in, just like the building is. Nobody at the county is saying we need to bulldoze KSCO. Nobody is saying that. I'm just saying that I don't consider it reasonable to require, and certainly not good for the environment, to saw cut and jackhammer out, thousands of feet of beautiful concrete.
Yeah, also already done for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
So during that 7 years is good for the lagoon, good for the building.
Yeah. So I have
no harm, no damage to anybody.
It shouldn't matter what side of the spectrum you land on. Everyone should want free speech. And this radio station stands for free speech from all sides, no matter who you are. And everybody in that county especially should be fighting, no matter what political stance you make. You want to have free speech. And if we let KSCO go down, that says something very dark about the state that we are in.
What else is new, Shelley?
Right?
What else
so we
is
all
new?
have to fight. We have to take this from MZ, and we have to fight for MZ and for KSCO.
And for the community, because that's what you're doing.
Right. Right.
I was saddened that when I first brought this to the attention of my local supervisor, that, I mean, if I would have been in his position, I'm going to say something now that's going to make Manu hate me. But if I was Manu, if I was the person who was in charge of the district here, and the owner of the radio station came for help, and not to say that he's not trying, he is definitely, he told me as recently as yesterday.
Yeah, he has a good intention.
Genuine, good guy. There's no question about it. But I keep asking him, is it not true that the Board of Supervisors can, through a vote, and I think there's 5 of them, so that means the vote would have to be at least 3 in favor of something. Isn't it true that the Board of Supervisors can do anything it wants? And I think, I'm not sure, but I believe Manu has been influenced by the planning department and into believing, oh no, This is a state. This is higher up. I mean, you're going to cause all kinds of problems if you. And they've already told me that if I fight them, I'm welcome to, but I'm going to piss away a lot of money. It's going to be flushed down the toilet, and I'm still not going to get what I want. But I believe, and no one's given me the answer. No one has said to me, MZ, you're wrong. If you get 3 supervisors to vote to keep the radio station, and that's essentially what the vote is. Yes, I'm pushing it to the limit, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not bluffing. This station will go away if the county doesn't start getting reasonable instead of unreasonable.
You know that planning department and those board of supervisors are sitting on their surfboards waiting for that wave. If none of the people stand up and create that wave, then those board of supervisors and the planning department will go forth on whatever they want to do. But if we make a wave,
well, they might anyhow. They might anyhow because they haven't got the power. I mean,
they were bringing.
You
had to go through a coastal commission.
Yeah. Oh,
we,
yeah.
the people.
So they.
Right. Okay.
We, the people, have the power.
Anyhow, Jesus, no one's. Can't we talk about something else?
Yeah, you want anything else? Is other people want to talk about?
Well, it's a full board, so
yeah. But Shirley, thank you so much for your concern, for your care about this station, care about the communities. So
thank you, Amy.
Even you not even live in Santa Cruz County. Next caller is Steve, Pacifica Grove.
Hi, gang. Hi,
Good
Mike.
Morning.
Hi.
Yeah, Steve Lightfoot here, and I'm in the same boat as you. Only I'm in this boat like every 5 years they come after me with all their guns blazing. Right now I've got 2 signs on my van. This is how I respond to that kind of molestation. My one sign on my door says, on my van, Panetta molesting messenger. And on the back side it says, stop Chief Hober's plot to kill me. Now, just an hour ago, driving through Monterey, the very officer who gave me a ticket 2 or 3 weeks ago took photographs of this. And I've learned you can never show your tail or you will invite all kinds of stuff. Maybe they're trying to make you shut down KSCO. The worst thing you could do would be to give into their agenda. What I would do, and this requires the help of all your listeners, is make me famous. Like John Sinclair was sprung out of jail when John Lennon did a benefit concert for him. The next day, the Attorney General of the United States let John Sinclair out of jail because John Lennon said so. If I broke my story, there would be nobody with more clout on the planet. I could move mountains for anybody who is my friend. And I think you should give me another Saturday special interview where I'm mature now. I can really blow the lid off of this thing. And but you need people. You've done your job, Mike. The people are still under the sheet sucking their thumb. I hate to say it. Yeah. While I'm being molested and almost killed every year. So think about that, people. If I were famous, you'd have the most powerful celebrity on earth in your corner.
Thank you, Steve. And the next caller is Steve, Santa Cruz.
Hey, guys.
Steve, yeah.
MZ, my friend and mentor, amazing man.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Your handset is very muffled, and the call is not usable if we can't understand you.
MZ, I'm going to move to another part of the house. Okay, can you hear me better? Moving to the chateau, the other end. Okay, can you hear me better now?
No, you're still all muffled.
And can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but you're not understandable. So thank you for calling. I appreciate your call. Okay, Steve, that was Steve in Santa Cruz trying to, but I couldn't understand a word.
Yeah,
Could you?
I think
It's just
it's
totally muffled.
Yeah, the signal is not good.
Okay. Yeah. Colonel Terry, I think.
Colonel Terry is next.
Well,
hi, Colonel.
How are you, lady?
Very good.
Well.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm perplexed at the world. I've mentioned before, MZ, there's a thing in the fundamentals of Anglo-American law called avoidance of economic waste. And the courts are not to seek to have the government avoid imposing waste or anyone having economic waste inflicted on them. Clearly, in addition, you've got this survey that says you're not making the violation that they're claiming. Is that correct, regarding riparian rights?
Yeah, but as I understand it, the quibble is over the words mean high water or just high water.
So
that's what
what's the definition?
Yeah, I don't know.
So interpretation difference.
Again, it just mean water at your location? You're not impacting the entire lagoon. And by the way, I recall some years ago, you invited people to help you dig a trench to relieve the water that was backing up in heavy rains, threatening the transformer. And I participated in
the transmitter was going to be shorting out our towers. It looked like within an inch or so.
Right. And
so we dug it. It was a very easy to dig, but people who heard the Saturday special came down with shovels.
Yeah.
Correct. And I participated. In fact, we didn't dig any deeper than 4 inches, probably, if that.
Yeah, it's true.
In the sand, which could have certainly recovered. And then somebody reported it, and some clown, from the county government, as well as a county beach trooper, started threatening everybody. It was so minimal. I confronted him, you confronted him, and so forth. And then several people participating got charged, if not arrested. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I was one of them.
Ah, correct. Okay, so and some of you had to go down to court.
I didn't do that. But
all right. Well, anyway, and then there was a county sheriff guy, and I said, if you're charging me, then I'm going to charge you. And I mentioned things appropriate to do so, and he decided not to give me a citation. More importantly, it was minimal, and more importantly, the impact, as your apparently surveyor mentioned, you could get expert opinion that it's de minimis, the impact on the riparian movement of the water and so forth. Plus, you should be grandfathered for several reasons as a point of legal equity. I think you could win even in Santa Cruz County Court, Superior Court, where the judges side overwhelmingly too often with the county damn government. I think you could prevail and demand a jury.
I'm not going to do any of that, Terry. I'm tired. I'm sick, and I want to live out the rest of my life relative stress-free. I don't think anybody can be totally stress-free.
I'm totally stress-free until I met you.
Right.
Well, how about we do a petition, a county petition with voters signing to have you relieved from that obligation? There's one.
That's a good idea, don't you think?
Sure.
Whatever. I'm not calling the shots here. If you guys want to, that'd be great. But I'm not going to be using up the rest of my life destroying my own life. I'm just not going to do it. And KSCO is very, very important to me, but it's not that important. Okay, thank you, Colonel Terry.
Well, carry on. Don't cave in to arbitrary, capricious government.
Okay.
Pagan, Santa Cruz.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I kind of think this is in some ways a great thing to bring up the problems that most people have with the rules and regulations around building and things, that the contractors are not required to keep up with what's going on, and there's very little information about how to go through a very complex situation. I lived in Chicago, which had probably the toughest building codes in the country because of the fire in when the cow kicked over the candle and burned down the city. And just about anybody that owned a house understood about what they could and couldn't do. And there's not a lot of education that goes out there. it's the San Lorenzo Valley is classic in terms of built without permits. It's sort of the standard of care. So we've had this sort of comfortable laissez-faire kind of thing, and you have an opinion from somebody that would have given you the same opinion when you were building it. If you were thinking about getting a permit, that you were within conformance with the riparian corridor, and most people don't even understand what a riparian corridor is. I know from showing houses that when you mention riparian corridor, and you just get a blank look on everybody's face. So, if the county were really smart and politic, what would happen is they would use this incident to help KSCO become one of the points of information for, understanding how to work with the county, giving information about what the changes are.
The day I met Manu at the facility, Manu Koenig is our supervisor for the 1st District.
Yeah.
And that was exactly 2 weeks ago today at 9 in the morning that he came down and I showed him the situation. Oh boy, what were you saying? I lost my train of thought. He agreed with me that it was stupid to jackhammer out something that's so beautiful and so functional and such a community asset.
Yeah.
But then when he went and met with the planning people, his attitude seemed to have changed to like, well, geez, we'd like to help. I don't see a path to being able to help you. And maybe that's the case. Maybe there is no way.
Well, we've gotten to the point where we're so over-regulating that part of our housing issues that we're having with people is that it's so complex to do anything.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah,
even though I'm in terrible pain right now, and don't have a whole lot of energy, this all goes back to the government restricting the supply of things, as in housing units, going back to 1978. When Measure O in the city of Santa Cruz and Measure J, in the county, set Santa Cruz on a path of artificially controlling the supply of things. There's no way to control the demand for things, except if you want to make it go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And that's what's happened in the last 44 years, because as a result of both of these anti-growth measures passing, where it basically directed the Board of Supervisors to come up with ways for the growth in Santa Cruz to not exceed the, median growth in other counties in Santa Cruz. So they decided to limit the number of housing units. They decided to limit the number of new subdivisions. They decided to limit the number of minor land divisions that were going to be approved. I'm not faulting them. I'm just saying they did. Yeah, this is the result. This is the result. And there was something on, in the news there was something about, striving to afford, striving to live in Santa Cruz, just affording the rent. Well, what do you expect?
Yeah.
When you've strangled the supply of things, but the demand continues and continues and continues and continues. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again now. There is a very simple solution, and that's build, baby, build. Whether you like it, Peg, whether you like it, Amy, or whether I like it, MZ. Build, baby, build is the solution to these problems about the high cost, the insanely high cost of living in Santa Cruz, so that only millionaires and above can afford to live here.
Well, it's really interesting that at this time that this is coming up with, you've added a program on your station that talks about building issues and about how to work with the county and how basically the how-to part of things, which I am thrilled about because the rules are changed every couple of years.
I guess you're not aware that program ended a month or two ago. So it's nice that we had it, but it didn't catch on, and I guess not enough people cared, and so.
Well, I don't think.
Dave Parks, who was the host of the show,
did a fabulous job.
He did, but he decided, why am I spending all this time and sponsoring? He was sponsoring it mostly himself.
Yeah.
But unless a show is sponsored on KSCO.
You can't.
It means I'm sponsoring it.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of sponsoring most everything.
Yeah.
Most everything. That's why I figured KSCO is in an area that has, I've said this many times, more characters per square inch than any place on the planet. So why not put them on the radio?
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy.
And I'm glad you're taking care of yourself.
Who said I'm doing that?
Well, you're at least thinking about it. Be good.
Thank you. Who it looks like Tony in Live Oak.
Tony in Live Oak. Yeah, but.
Oh yeah. Hi, MZ.
What about poor Amy?
Oh yeah, right. Well, she doesn't sound like poor Amy. She sounds like fabulous Amy.
Okay, right.
Oh, thank you, Tony.
I call everybody poor that I care about, So.
But I sent you an email, right?
Yeah.
I'm a graduate civil engineer from Wayne State University. That's 60 years ago, and I know the science of materials. You know that riprap around the lighthouse out by Aldo's restaurant, all those big concrete jumping jacks, or whatever you want to call them, they're made of concrete and steel. And they're right on the ocean, right out there exposed. They're being hit by waves. And so what's the difference between the makeup of those big jumping jacks, that riprap out there, and your patio? It's made of concrete and steel. So there is no deleterious effect on the riparian corridor at all. As I said in the email, you will get into problems when you're building it, but that's all gone away, and your experts can see that no damage has been done.
All right, listen, so, we have a lot of callers on, including Kumwa from San Francisco, whoever that is.
All right. Well, I'm just saying that
so stay over. Yeah, thank you, Tony. I think we get the point. But we're coming to the end of the hour, and we're supposed to go to the news. So KSCO, Santa Cruz, Salinas, Monterey.
Delay in Carmel by the Sea in the southbound lane. Current temperature outside the KSCO studio is 67 degrees. Today will be sunny, high near 82. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 56. Tomorrow, partly sunny, then becoming sunny, high near 80. Sunday night, low of 56. And Monday through Friday looks like it's going to be mostly sunny and in the 70s. On the seas, there's a small craft advisory in effect from 3 p.m. this afternoon through the evening, and a small craft advisory in effect from Sunday afternoon through Sunday evening. Today, northwest winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming westerly 15 to 25 knots, with gusts up to 35 knots this afternoon. Wind waves 5 to 6 feet. Southwest swells around 2 feet at 16 seconds. Tonight, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots, with gusts up to 35 knots. Wind waves 5 to 6 feet. Southwest swells around 2 feet at 16 seconds. KSCO News Talk time is now 11:06, and we return to the Saturday special with your host, Amy.
Welcome to the Saturday special, second hour. So, hi, Michael, Dave.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning. Good to
What's
see you again.
What's the update for the Dave Cave?
The latest deal on the Dave Cave is, I'm sure everybody knows, buy your Tangy Tangerine at regular price. Everything else is 30% off. We are completely out of the Ultimate Daily Classic. I've been getting all kinds of phone calls. I don't know what it is about everybody wanting that stuff all of a sudden, but the word must be out.
It's your ad, Dave. You did a wonderful ad for that product.
Maybe that's what it is, but regardless, it is one of our best sellers. Hard to keep that stuff on the shelf. I would suggest that you go to KSCO Health KSCOhealth.com to make your purchase. Or my friend might have some. Ron might have some down at the Bay Briar shop. He has some stuff there. But if you want to, get
did Ron buy all of it from?
No. Ron hasn't been there for a good week or so. But yeah, go to KSCOhealth.com. So let me just take a little bit. How much time do we have? The brain and heart pack. The brain and heart pack. I want to tell people about the brain and heart pack. You simply start off with the Healthy Start Pack. That's your Tangy Tangerine, OsteoFX, and your EFAs. That is your Healthy Start Pack. Those three things is your Healthy Start Pack. Okay, so you start off with the Healthy Start Pack, and then when you want to upgrade to the Heart and Brain Pack, you would add another bottle of EFAs and selenium. The reason why you want to double up on the EFAs is because that provides the basis for your body to rebuild things like the brain and the eyes and the heart, the lungs, the skin. All that stuff needs essential fatty acids. You need fish oils. So that's why we give you a double dose of fish oils and selenium, which is one of the most important supplements, mineral supplements that you can take. Dr. Wallach, if you ever hear him talk about the secret sauce and all this stuff, I probably shouldn't say it, but he's talking about selenium. I cannot tell you how important that stuff is if you're looking for something that would deal with what most people's concerns would be that they're looking for the brain and heart pack. So I can't say the name of diseases or any of that stuff, but I can tell you if you're having problems with vision, brain function, skin problems, you want the brain and heart pack, and that is simply the Healthy Start Pack plus more EFAs and selenium. And that's just one of the things that we have on sale out at the Dave Cave. I will be out there till 2 o'clock today, every Saturday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
So brain and heart pack is one pack?
The brain and
together?
heart pack, yeah, the brain and heart pack is the
great.
Healthy Start Pack, and then a bottle of EFAs and selenium. So if you already have the Healthy Start Pack at home and you want to upgrade, you just want to add some more fish oils and selenium. Selenium. That's the key.
Wow.
And we have that at the Dave Cave. Buy your Tangy Tangerine at regular price. Everything else is 30% off.
Wow, that's
Good.
a very good deal.
Good to talk to you, Amy.
Thank you.
You got it.
Okay. Well, now we'll start hour number 2.
Officially.
Oh, hello, darling. I hate to hang up on you, but I'm sorry, baby, but I have to go. It's time for that wonderful record show. I'd love to visit, but you'll have to call back. KSCO has the inside track.
Welcome back to the second hour of Saturday special. We had the first hour, I think, is wonderful. So many people called. We have a very good discussion.
I'm sorry, baby, but I really gotta go to KSCO Radio. Bye.
Welcome, Kona from what's the name? How maybe I pronounce wrong. From San Francisco, Kona. Kowa. Okay, Kowa from San Francisco. Welcome, Kowa.
Thank you very much. I used to do business in Monterey, and I've been through county, and they are dirty bastards. I've heard your show before, and I have known these people. They are corrupt. They are corrupt. This is quite the common theme of business, and that is why they are dirty bastards. Let me tell you something. I woke up this morning, I had my breakfast, listened to your show, and I am responding to your agony because I know what it is like. I have always said that these people are corrupt, Democrat bastards, dirty bastards. So you keep up what you are doing and making sure that these people are held accountable because they are extraordinarily corrupt. They are corrupt, and they make life miserable for hard-working people like yourself, and they quite simply are dirty bastards.
I totally agree with you. So the thing is, commanding heights. That's why always talk is the market. You're talking about the housing, talking about everything, the government rule on that. Is a government in commanding heights or the market in commanding heights? That's the difference in the two systems, capitalism or socialism, obviously. So we have the problem. Problem is the government. That was it, not the solution.
Okay. Next caller looks like Paul in Watsonville. Yeah.
Welcome,
Yes.
Paul.
Good morning, Amy and MZ. I'll try to keep it brief. First word is situational awareness. You're dealing with the Santa Cruz group that historically is not something that you will potentially get any success in. And the fact that your elected official kind of gave you a heads up was probably not because he wasn't supporting you, but he wanted to give you a taste of reality. And with that, I would say denial is that in spite of your best efforts to try to get the listeners mobilized, given the fact that the Santa Cruz group is a bunch of idiots, you're never going to win. So then it would go to the next thing is, as you've said, you don't really need to be beating yourself up. So I think a good exit strategy for you to go out and really enjoy the rest of your life should really be what's important to you now, because you've obviously had a good legacy. But I think as you've unfortunately found yourself through whatever missteps in front of these idiots, the likelihood of success is pretty much...
Let's not use names. I don't like to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's just
bad people.
Not even that. There are people who are doing their jobs, but the jobs that they are doing are based on rules that I will say are idiotic. Okay.
All right. Well, either way, we hope that you go through this as best you can. But once again, the situational awareness from my perspective is the likelihood of having any success with these people is, like trying to pick a lottery number again.
Yeah, okay.
Other than that,
have
yourself a good weekend.
Thank you for calling. Amy, the next caller, it looks like, because I'm at the control here, is, I don't know, take next. Marcella.
Marcella from...
Salinas.
Salinas. Yeah. Hi, Marcella.
Hi, Amy and MZ. I like you guys a lot, but I don't know why you allow Billy Sunshine to project onto conservatives what the criminal Democrats do. It's just uncanny how he can just say, well, if you're going to go, and support MZ, make sure you're not violent and that you behave. He is a hypocrite. I've gone to many rallies in Sacramento, San Jose, Windows by the Bay of Monterey, and the police there come to protect us against Antifa, Black Lives Matter, because they are the violent ones. What happened to the Summer of Love, where millions of, if not billions of property damage, and a lot of minority-owned businesses were trashed and will never come back. It just makes me so angry. We're not perfect, but we do maybe less than 1% of any damage out there.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. You're great people. You're very tolerant, but I just can't let him get away with his lies.
Okay.
We're a blue state. We're in fear of our lives. Even having bumper stickers, they'll rip them off. They'll scratch your car up. So I don't know what kind of universe he lives in, and what they did to Trump, or you guys say, no, don't do what Trump does. Trump has cooperated in this fiasco, of this raid that they don't even want to call a raid, What about Hillary's 33,000 emails?
Yeah, okay. You're right. Marcella, geez, I'm so sick of hearing everybody. What about Hillary? And what about whether treating Donald Trump? So I agree with all of that. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of even.
Yeah, I'm sick of it too. Something's got to be done.
But you brought it up. So you can't be that sick of it. Should I talk? And always, as always, thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
The Saturday special.
Stay
Take
well.
care.
Stay well.
All right. Let's. I'm going to read the KCT for Tiller email that I got from that I got last show, but didn't see it until after the show had ended. It's a simple solution. Z, there may be a simple solution. First, paint a Black Lives Matter mural on the impacted area of the patio. Second, officially rename that patio, perhaps the Corny Bumpus Memorial Patio. Corny was great, I knew him. Or even the George Floyd Memorial Patio. When that happens, the county is then in the position of ordering the destruction of a Black Lives Matter mural on what is now a sacred space. I would expect the county would find a way to compromise, and that's Casey. Wasn't that a nice?
It's a good solution.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funnier than hell, and we need some humor, even in the face of the terrible things that are happening to our country and our town and our state and our town and so forth. So I'll tell you who the next caller is. It's Steve in Santa Cruz, who's calling back, I think, on a better phone, right? So
Steve.
No, this may be a different Steve in Santa Cruz.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
guys hear me?
All right. Yeah.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Amy.
Hi,
Hey,
welcome.
Let me start by saying, Michael, could I bring you guys some lunch from Holy Smokes?
Wow.
All right, come on now. There's some kind of pork sandwich you love there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm right around the corner. I'm gonna grab a menu. I'm gonna bring it over to the station. You guys select something. But now I have a question for you.
Thank
you.
So nice
So
of you.
So Michael, in Santa Cruz with our board of supervisors, it's the rule of three, right? And
that's what I've always thought, and the planners have told me, look, don't waste your money. You're never going to get a variance or a waiver from something that is a higher up law than through the county. I don't quite understand that, but that's what they've told me. They said, as much as it hurts to jackhammer that patio out, it's in the long run, or even in the short run, it's going to cost you a whole lot less money. And so I don't know. I mean, they're trying to work with me, I guess, and I guess if they really wanted to be difficult, they would order me to jackhammer out the whole patio. I mean, they're letting us keep, a good portion of it, the part where most people congregate, during the events that we have. It's just around the rest of the building, anything that's more, this is the arbitrary number. Anything that's more than 3 feet, any concrete that's more than 3 feet away from the building has to be destroyed and hauled away. And I should be thankful and grateful that they're letting me keep any of it. But if they have the ability to be arbitrary at 3 feet, maybe why don't they just have the ability to be arbitrary at 15 feet or something like it is, the width is.
So that 3 feet is what's based on?
I don't know.
I mean, they have any survey, anything?
No.
Coastal rule?
So if I may, let me talk to some folks because, yes, variances can be difficult, but I don't believe that the county planning trumps the supervisors. And if we could get Bruce, McPherson, and I'm sure we can get Caput, and I don't know where you ended up with Manu,
Well,
There's
he's
an
our
influence.
he's the supervisor for the
Yeah.
first district. Fairly
Yeah, but if he
recently,
doesn't
fairly
support you,
recent. He's not supporting us, Steve. All he's saying is, I don't know what I can do to help. I'm looking. This is his exact words in a phone call to me yesterday. I have not yet found a pathway to help you. I don't. There may not be a pathway. You might just have to do what.
So
and
if
I
they
didn't
don't
want to
think-
hear that. Of course, I didn't want to hear that. So I said, "Have you talked to any of the other supervisors?" He says, "No, not as of this point." So I decided I would send a copy of my message that was running, I think, every hour on the station for all last week. Sort of obnoxious. It's sort of subjective. People were complaining, Carol tells me, that they're hearing too much of that belly aching and whining from me. But I assumed that Manu had heard it. No, he hadn't. He's busy being a supervisor, So I sent it to him in an email or a text or something, and I also decided to send it to Bruce McPherson, whose family originally was a part owner of this station. The McPherson family started KSCO along with the Mr. Berlin, who was the managing partner for 39 years. And so...
Yeah, and they had the Santa Cruz Sentinel.
Exactly. And so it was only yesterday that I sent a copy of the message, because you can send audio through the email. That's wonderful technology these days. So I sent it to both Manu and I sent it to Bruce. I suppose I should send it to all the supervisors, because that 3-minute message just says it all. We're going to wait and see what happens. I mean, I'm not, it sounds like I'm whipping up a fight with the county, but I'm not doing that. I just want them to be reasonable. And one thing they said when they were here, because I said, I want you to draw a line. Everything on this side of the line gets to stay. Everything on that side of the line has to go. And they did that. And
so if you bust up the concrete, can you replace it with granite fines or some type of walkway material?
No, it has to be replanted. It has to be replanted with an approved landscape plan.
Replant the poison oak.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they want to replant the poison oak and the berry bushes and the pampas grasses. But yeah, they don't want it to create an erosion situation. So,
right, but you know what the granite fines are, right? The whole pathway around Pleasure Point is granite fines, and it lets water drain through it, but it provides a pretty flat, nice walkway surface. So, in any event, I'm going to be over shortly with the menu. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll let you go.
Bless you, Steve.
Thank you so much, Steve.
People feel sorry for us, so they bring us food.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. You could say the next caller is Dan in Gilroy.
Next caller is Dan and
in Gilroy.
In Gilroy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dan.
Hello, MZ and Amy. I just have a quick comment about the housing issue, right? So, I'm not trying to sound weird about this, but basically, the Democrats love to regulate things and tell us what to do. Why in the heck do they not simply regulate the price of a house? Why is a brand new house in Gilroy $1 million, and it probably costs that builder $200,000 to build it because it's a prefabbed home? Why does he get such a gigantic markup and screw over the people that are buying these houses? I'm just saying, I was thinking about this, and I'm like, well, why don't they just regulate the price of a house? Probably not a popular opinion, probably radical, but that's just a potential solution, I guess.
Well, I think you just gave, I don't think there are many of them who listen to KSCO, but there might be one or two, and I think you just gave them a wonderful idea.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Okay. Well,
right.
thank you for calling. Richard N. Live Oak.
Richard in Lime Oak, next caller. Hi,
Thank
Richard.
you. Hello. Thank you so much for taking my call. I've been waiting. I'm so glad the subject came up. I've been in I don't want to personalize it, but I've been in a similar battle with the county for 11 years. And it's the most frustrating thing I've ever dealt with in my life. The building code violation is something that happened before in 1956, long before I ever owned the property. I think I've had 5 land use people come out and try and figure out what I can do. They won't let me tear the building down. It acts as a it's such a long story. You know, I shouldn't get into the details of it, but I'm just wondering. I talked to Manu before he even got elected. I was going to try and elicit his support, and I got the same feeling you got, that he wanted to be helpful, but he just couldn't be. Maybe he could be once he won the position, you know. But it's been. I feel like it's almost killed me, to tell you the truth, because it's been the most frustrating issues I've dealt with my house. It's a big, beautiful house. I mean, there's no question that the house is not, unstable or anything. It's just something was added onto in 1956 that cannot be removed, and so here I sit, 11 years later, whatever, 12, and I can't sell the house. I've been paying 6.125 interest the whole time because I couldn't refinance because of that red tag, and they're brutal. They're just brutal. They laugh at you. So, I don't even go down there anymore. I always send a land use planner, but nobody has any luck.
And that costs how many hundreds of dollars an hour?
Oh, well, the guy I got now is only about, I think he's only about 150 an hour. But, it's big, but I've had a lot, there's been so much more than that. Believe me, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So anyway, number one, I sympathize with you, and I'd like to see you make some progress on this deal. And I think that, the supervisors, I'm to the point where the supervisors are probably the only chance we have to deal with this. But on a bigger level, I mean, it's hugely corrupt. It's just hugely corrupt. I mean, because I've been dealing with it so long, I've run into so many people. I've had people that told me, this was a long time ago, but said, take 10 grand down there and hand it to somebody, I mean, I couldn't believe it at the time, but now, 12 years later, I go, God, maybe that's what I should have done. I don't know. So anyway, I'm just glad you're on the subject, and I'd like to see you continue on it. And I was wondering if the guy, I know you've got a new program, Building Matters. I wonder if he might be
It came and went. It's been gone. It's been off for a month already, and it's funny how many people say, "Oh, it's a great new program," but they don't listen to know that it's been gone for more than a month. Well, anyhow, it's fine. No, I know what you're saying, and somebody else made reference to that, and a caller on this show earlier. It's true, but if you don't know that it's gone, then you couldn't have been listening or listening for it. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't listening for it. To be honest with you, I listen at a certain time of day, and it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I almost stopped listening. I thought you got rid of Charlie when that new guy came in, and I almost stopped listening, and then I realized he just changed his time. But I was so bummed out when Charlie was gone. But anyway.
Charlie's
so
what did you say, Amy?
Charlie's back, I see.
No, Charlie never left.
No, he changed times. He was on, I think he was on at 9 and
12 to
switched to 11.
12 to 2, right?
Yeah, 12 to 2, whatever. But I'm saying, it has to do with what I'm driving. I mean, that's why I listen. And I,
Do you know, I got an email this week from someone named Howard, and the subject line says Rob Carson, and then the body of the email continues, get him off the air. Nuttier than Alex Jones. Today, so many lies, so much hatred, so much disinformation. Goodbye. And so
I couldn't agree more.
So you think we should get him off the air?
Yeah. I
Okay.
do.
All right. Well, then I will do. Then hold on. Let me direct this response to Howard to you too. Okay. Why get Carson off the air, Steve? No, Richard. You're Richard in Live Oak. Why get Carson off KSCO? I said Howard, but now I'm saying Richard. Because you don't like him? What about all the KSCO listeners who love him?
Well,
why don't you just tune out and don't listen? Must you? Well, no, I just heard you say get him off the air. What? And you're just like the liberals who don't want to censor things that they don't like to hear. I'm just the opposite, and I think I might be a minority of, what am I saying? I must be very unusual. I know Amy believes that the station should be a voice for everyone. But anyhow, let me just read this. Please, no interruption. It's very, very short. Why get Carson off KSCO, Howard? Because you don't like him? What about all the KSCO listeners who love him? Why don't you just tune out and don't listen? Must you deprive others who like Rob from being allowed to do so? I knew you had Trump derangement syndrome, but my God, you've got it so bad it'll eat you alive if you don't grab hold of yourself. Do yourself a favor and mean it when you say goodbye. Don't torture yourself any longer. And 2, seek psychiatric help. I think you will benefit greatly. Best MZ. That's my response. And I will say that to you too if you say get Rob Carson off the air just because you don't like him.
I'm just
have I just made an enemy of Richard in Live Oak?
No, not at all. I mean,
good.
That's the way you have to be, I guess. But I've listened for years. I've listened way back to Michael Krasny.
Not on this station.
Well, okay, but I've listened for many, many years, and you have some good ones and you have some bad ones, and that guy says the same thing over and over again. He says inflation, 500,000 times during an hour. I mean, by God's sake, let's have an intelligent discussion of conservatism.
Okay, Richard. Thanks for calling. Yeah,
okay.
You want to remind people?
Yes, I want to. This program is sponsored by 2 excellent restaurants, Casa Rositas, Potaro at the 26th Avenue, Live Oak.
Just down the street from the station.
Yeah, very, very good Mexican restaurant.
Excellent
Mexican food. I love the tomori because the sauce was so good. Also, the shrimp taco was so good. They just different from other place. Very tasty.
Be sure to tell them when you go that Amy
recommended.
Amy from
KSCO.
And MZ.
Yeah.
Actually.
The other one is the Ellis Airport. That's in the Watsonville Airport, Ellis. That was also very good restaurants. Very good service, very good food. Everything was excellent. Also very unique view of the airport. Just something different.
Okay, great. Thank you, Amy. Looks like Greg in Prunedale is going to be up next, right?
Greg in Prunedale.
Yep, I'm Greg out here in Prunedale. I've been in construction all my life. I have property in Santa Cruz County that they won't let me build on that's had a previous house and has city water on it. They have you over a barrel. You might be able to put them over a barrel. That's the only way, I see getting out of it. And that would just be doing a little research. And you look at all the supervisors, the mayor, some of the people on the planning department. look up their address and use Google Earth and see how many illegal guest house they have built in their backyard, and just make a list of them, and then you confront them, and and just politely and say, some people bend the rules a little bit here and there, so I'm not against that. Maybe you guys could bend the rules a little bit. But it's just an option, and you might have fun doing it, because surprisingly, you might find quite a few illegal guest house in people's backyards. So that's just my suggestion. And if you need any help removing that concrete, there's plenty of us construction people out here that listen to your radio station all the time that volunteer to come down there and help you get rid of it. So good luck with that.
Wow, thank you so
Wow,
much.
that's so nice.
Just ask out. We love Charlie, even though he gets a time rod all the time. Just make a shout out. We'll be over there.
Okay. All right. Well, wait a second, Greg in Prunedale. I want to take a picture of your phone number because I might just take you up on that,
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've worked for a lot of inspectors, and a lot of times they build stuff unpermitted in their houses. The people in power are the ones that dodge the laws. So you could have Dave or anybody with Google Earth now real easily look at their property. It's the same thing they do to us. So you just, when in Rome, do like the Romans.
Right. Okay. All righty.
All right.
Thank you, Greg.
It's Tom in Salinas' turn.
Tom in Salinas.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Tom.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I guess all those people have never heard of this. That's Palo Alto. Last time I checked, that was a cement ship that's been out there for years, just crumbling in the bay. Cement, it also brings habitat, a lot of fish. So maybe you could throw maybe an Indian artifact underneath that cement. Get Billy Sunshine out there with one of those kids' play shovels and put like a spotted salamander and maybe a green lizard, and you can stop the process and sit back for a while before they evaluate and get the all the people in the environmental study they're going to have to pull on that. And see, you might have life underneath that slab. They can't destroy that. Come on, like Craig was saying, that guy, he can run a wheelbarrow across sand, look like he's on carpet. So don't believe he's not telling you the truth. And I'll talk to you down the road, MZ. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, who's next? Nick in Royal Oaks.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Nick.
MZ, did problems arrive after the issue, KSCO Saturday special issue, where you were talking about taxing empty houses?
No. Nick, this has been going on since 2019.
No, okay, but I know. But did they get the notice after that?
Get the notice.
That you have to do that. I mean, the gal.
No. To their credit, I'm not attacking the planners. They're nice people. They're doing their jobs. They sent me something that I signed over a year ago, like 14 months ago. I'm just saying, like we ran that thing to the point where people were vomiting every time they heard it. My little 3-minute message.
Vomiting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't, because they're tired. They're sick and tired.
Yeah, but you want everybody here. Somebody didn't.
That's right.
Listen a different time, different hours.
That's why we ran it so frequently for the last 5 days.
I guess you'll have to. Yeah,
but I guess I didn't do a good enough job because Nick didn't get all the information. He has the wrong idea. But anyhow, the planners are trying. They believe they're trying to work with me. And I believe they're trying to work with me. But I would like them to work with me a little more reasonably, and I believe they have the power to do it, and I also believe that the Board of Supervisors has the power to override what they're saying.
You have to pay the volunteers $1, right?
I don't know. I think so. But that's a totally different thing.
And right on for Steve Lightfoot's bumper sticker.
Okay, great. Amy, why don't you announce the next caller, Juanita in Watsonville.
Juanita in Watsonville. Hi, Juanita.
Hello. I have 3 things. One is helpful. One is, helpful. The other one is also helpful. And the last one is funny. Okay, so about your pain, MZ, Dr. McCollum is number 1.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he'll be on like in a little more than an hour.
Yes, definitely so. He's in Capitola.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, you know that agreement letter you signed?
Yes.
In essence, you were they were asking you to hire them. So fire them.
Oh.
Fire them in a nice way.
Yeah.
And the last one is
planners. I agreed as part of that stipulation to pay on an hourly basis whatever they decided to charge me, and I was an idiot for signing it.
Well, they were asking you to hire them in essence. So fire them. Okay.
Oh, I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The last. Well, one more thing about that. The library next door, did they get a permit? Okay.
I don't know.
Cement?
I don't know
Okay,
the
well,
answer.
you don't know.
Maybe a good way. It's my understanding that library next door is not currently in use. I don't think it's reopened since COVID. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my observation because
Still
there's hardly any
closed.
cars there. Yeah. Okay.
Still
so
closed.
yeah.
Yeah, I went there.
So maybe what this county needs is housing. Need it more than anything, and the county is in. I think the county should make that, unused library building, housing, and maybe KSCO, and maybe we could do a partnership.
They're
I'm
doing
willing.
a construction inside. I don't know what it is right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe a remodeling.
Maybe
Convert to the housing or what?
That would be very smart
Yeah.
to convert it to housing. Maybe that's what we should do with KSCO, or what? Not we. I won't do that, but whoever's in charge of this station after I'm gone, might want to do that, and maybe in partnership with the county. Can you imagine housing on both of these sites? With or without the radio station. Just coming up with positive thoughts here. So, all right.
The last one is about Colonel Terry. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. I challenge Colonel Terry to a karaoke, and the song he needs to sing is the one by Marty Robbins, the first line of El Paso.
Down in the West Texas town of El Paso. You mean that?
Keep going.
I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
But you want for Colonel Terry, not me, right?
Yeah, for him to sing a karaoke. He wouldn't, though. Okay,
all right,
bye.
Thank you. There goes Juanita in Watsonville. Here comes Craig. Here, you say Craig.
Craig
in Campbell.
Hi, Craig.
Hey, Amy. Hi, Amy. MZ. Hey, MZ, I know you don't like calling names, but don't let the Bastardes get you down.
Don't let the what?
The Bastardes get you down.
Yeah, that person from San Francisco called them bastards. I wonder if it's the same one who called last week or the one before.
I think the same.
Yeah, I've heard him. He's funny. But hey, I said a little prayer for you when Amy said you were pretty bad there. But I have some advice for you. I want you to try this because I've had all kinds of back problems, and chiropractors never told me this to do. But I got this idea from somewhere. I think off of YouTube, somebody off of YouTube, and it really helps. I've had a lot of back problems. The chiropractors are good. They give you the basic exercises that you should do. You get down on the ground, pull your legs back. But try this. Get down on the ground also, and get on your side and stretch, just relax on your side and stretch. Put your elbow on the ground, your face on your head, and stretch your armpit and breathe. And do that on both sides. Another thing I've found out is that you get on the ground and you just do stretching, physical therapy like that, and sooner or later you'll find out what your body likes. They give you the basic rules, the chiropractor, the physical therapist, but what you do on your own, and when you're back, you like that position of your back, and you move around a little bit when you're on your side. When you're stretching your armpit out and your arms, and you just kind of rock a little bit an inch here and then do that side stretch there and do the stretches on both sides, and that really helps. It's really helped my nerve pain there. So
Wow.
I hope you do that for me. I say prayer for you.
Thank you, Craig. Wow. All righty.
But you
Appreciate
got,
it.
yeah, Michael, you gotta do this stuff every day. Though I found out better. You could do it once, even better twice a day. These on the ground stretching and breathing. So I hope you go see someone like your chiropractor friend that's coming up up there. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
another
will
thing
help.
I wanted. Yeah. So I don't know what you're doing for your back. I hope they don't give you any these opioids.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And it's not an opioid. I think it's a sub-opioid, not quite
But
an
not
opioid.
real.
Yeah.
But it have the
synthetic.
same
But
effect.
I got to tell you, I was able to sleep for a few hours.
Really?
And I felt much,
That's good.
I mean, just being able to do that was a godsend for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah, that's the
So
big thing.
I don't believe in drugs, but sometimes you need them. Sometimes.
Yeah, if they help you sleep, I got to admit there's a lot to be said to get that sleep. I was back pain and shingles I had once. I couldn't sleep for 3 weeks, not a wink. I'm not even exaggerating. I can't even describe to you. I was in excruciating pain.
Yeah,
and
it's all nerve
can't
pain.
even. Yeah,
Wow.
nerve pain and plus shingles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
shingle,
another
definitely.
thing. Yeah, another thing I find, I know it's counterintuitive, Michael, you don't feel like getting up, moving around, but, when I went through that pain, it helped me to walk. I mean, I didn't want to do it, but you keep loose. If you could just walk, even real slow, just go out. You like to walk.
I do
But,
like to walk,
I know,
yeah.
yeah.
I just
When
can't
you're in
walk
that-
the normal 5 miles. I'm lucky to get 1 or 1.5 these days, So,
yeah, do whatever you can.
Right.
Stay
Thank you,
loose
Craig.
like that.
Good advice. I
Okay,
appreciate
gotcha.
it, my friend. Thank you. Here's Jan in
San Lorenzo Valley.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jen.
Good.
Hi, Amy. Hi, MZ. And Mike.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi, I'm doing okay. I just wanted to add a couple of things, 3 different things. One, isn't KSCO a historic building?
Sure.
Yes.
Doesn't that give you certain privileges?
Well, I don't
Like
know.
so far
I
they
think
didn't have any.
I think it gives me certain, not certain, but many constraints.
Yeah, there might be some
Yeah, like
privileges, though.
maybe that's another violation that we don't want to give anybody ideas, but I think I've just done that.
Yeah, another idea is how about having a party for the planning department and supervisors and maybe some of the people from KSCO callers at the site there and show them,
Well, Manu's
really.
already seen it.
Well, I mean a party.
A party?
A party. Yeah, balloons or whatever. Have a,
Do you think any of them would attend?
Celebrate
so.
KSCO close.
Yeah, celebrate
food?
KSCO closing. Maybe a lot of people.
no, don't put it that way.
Farewell party.
Farewell party.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't put it that way. Don't put the negative in there. Put the positive. Have them to
What's
see what.
positive?
Well, I want them to see what a beautiful place you have there. And,
So they're going to say, but the law is the law.
Well, then the third idea is, what about the Pacific Legal Company?
I have a call, not a call, but I I sent an email yesterday, no response.
Good. Well, keep at it. Keep at it. We can't let this go down. I thank God every day for KSCO and the family that we have here. This extends out all over Santa Cruz County, Santa Clara County, and who knows where else, and it's on the internet. Maybe you should start a fund to fight this.
Well, anybody can donate, but, I don't, oh, geez. Well,
Well, we don't want you to have to pay for everything. People can
support
chip in.
KSCO.com is a place to go. Just the regular KSCO.com website.
Yeah.
Is a place, and I don't know. I don't want to be begging for money here, especially since I think it's stupid what they want me to do. It's going to it's going to be negative for the environment, not positive.
Yeah, to tear it up and all that.
Tear it up and saw cut all that concrete dust going everywhere, and then then they want me to tear out all of the existing erosion controlling plants and plant new plants.
Put the back of the poison oak.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they want me to put back the poison oak.
That's why you put preventing.
If they can do this to you, Michael, they can do it to all of us. So this is a struggle that all of us should be doing.
Well, then, if you believe it, then don't write a letter, because I don't think
No,
I sent an email and put in a call, and weeks went by and nothing happened. The only way I got through to Manu is because I don't know. I called somebody who I thought was a friend of his, and I was right. And that person made a call on my behalf, and Manu called me immediately.
Good.
But as far as I know, I don't think they're set up to receive anything. I think at the county, I think a lot of the offices are still closed a lot of the time. I don't know what I'm talking about, but whatever it is, it just seems to me. I even asked Manu. I said on the phone yesterday, I said, would it help if a lot of people showed up? I don't want to whip up a war or something, but would it help if a lot of people showed up during oral communications on the Tuesday meetings? And he said, absolutely, it would help. It would show that there's a lot of support. But he also said he still doesn't know. He still doesn't see a path to a waiver. And I don't understand that. I mean, I believe that the Board of Supervisors can vote any way they want. And I guess the planning people are telling him, oh, no, you can't. You can't vote against the law. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Well, how about talking to the CAO, the County Administrative Officer, Palido, I think his last name is.
Whoever.
Carlos. He's in charge.
I'm done. I'm done talking to people, I'm just done.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy. Do
well,
you?
I think that people out there...
You don't even have the vested interest that I have, Jan, in San Lorenzo Valley.
Yeah.
Nobody who calls the show, they're all well-meaning people.
Right.
But none of why should any of them take up their time, and go down and make a speech before the Board of Supervisors? I think it would be helpful, but
all of us. It affects all of us.
Okay, well,
they can do it to you. They can do it to us, and who knows how many years they can go back, on these things. How long has the patio been there?
Since 2015.
7 years.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's a long time. Can they just come over?
I mean, no. In all fairness, they first came after me in 2019. So this has been going on for
3 years.
Yeah.
But it's COVID. They call some meetings you arrange. They're not able to do it because of the COVID.
Yeah.
So basically,
well, that's why I'm not saying they want me to sign a new stipulation. And that's fine. They're not. They're trying to be reasonable. I just want them to try to be a little more reasonable.
Yeah, I want them to go away and leave all of us alone.
Yeah. So, okay. All righty, thanks. Oh, gee,
Good
we
luck.
only have to thank you here. There's only, there's John in SoCal.
John in SoCal.
Hi, thanks. Whatever you do, don't sell the radio station to George Soros.
Okay. Do you think he's the slightest bit interested?
Well, he's buying Spanish-speaking radio stations in Florida, but my idea was...
Well, I got to tell you something. I don't think I could live with myself either. But I would love to sell this place to somebody who's younger and has more energy than I do, and it would continue the legacy. I'm not sure. People say, that it ain't going to happen. There just is no. I have a chance to sell it to a major news organization. Right now, all it would take is a phone call,
Well, you want to keep it local.
That's what that would be the thing that would go away. But local people, nobody. I mean, I'd sell this place for less than a house in Santa Cruz. I'd sell the whole friggin' station for less than than a medium or not too expensive house. People might be
Don't
surprised.
tempt me.
Well,
Don't
why?
tempt me.
Well, then come and make me an offer.
Make an offer.
I think it's all BS. I think it's all, but I'm putting it out.
Yeah.
What I'm putting out now is not BS. If I found somebody, if somebody showed up, and I don't want to give it away, because I poured my heart and soul into it along with all the people around here, and I would want the place to continue the way it is, but I'm just tired. I want to travel. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy the rest of my life. I don't want to be
So
stressed.
here's the solution. Here's the solution. If this was an ultra-liberal radio station, how would things be panning out? And I was thinking
you're probably right.
Good question. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think?
If you went the avenue of like writing the Army Corps of Engineers and asking them for input on how to protect the station from future tsunamis and ocean level rise, and go the climate change route. If you were a liberal, you'd be getting all kinds of funding from the federal government to beef up your resistance to nature's onslaught. And, go on the offensive, and you need to protect that. It's a critical infrastructure.
I would love to go on the offensive, but I don't have any energy. It's zapped. It's gone. Anyhow, thank you, John, for calling. Don't mean to cut you off. We want to get Bear in SoCal on.
Bear in SoCal. Yeah. Hi, Baron.
Hi. You're doing things the wrong way. You're trying to get help from elected officials. Elected officials don't have any power, and elections can be rigged anyway. It's the bureaucrats that have the power, and it's not about the environment. It's about the power. So I have a solution where you don't have to tear anything out. You donate the radio station to the county, and then you just walk away and enjoy the rest of your life.
Wow.
That's a good idea, but I don't think they would take it.
Really? Why wouldn't they take?
No,
oh my God! It's the end of the show already. How did that happen?
Understand that?
Oh, jeez. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe we should donate. Maybe the county should buy it, like they buy everything else. So.
That's all.